The memory cell. It is one of the key components when it comes to Rust logic, mostly because of its flip-flop circuit function, meaning it stores power in a state until specifically changed by certain inputs. One of these inputs on the side. The memory cell only changes state when a set, reset, or toggle signal is received. This is why it's a key component for certain systems or circuits such as the BCN, the NIC, or turret flip-flop systems. There's also a priority order for the inputs on the side. That being set, then reset, and then of course toggle at the end. Now, if power is applied to set, and then reset or toggle, power is put through the right output, and that's pretty much it. If we deactivate set, so power is applied to reset, and then of course toggle, it'll always put power through the inverted output. This is on the left. Now, if power is applied to reset, as it is now, and then set, power is forced from the inverted output to the output, as of course set takes the priority. There'll be a little thing on screen, the flowchart of the memory cell on screen. It might already be on screen, but it's there nonetheless. Take a look at it if you need. There's also some switching behavior. When switching from one output to the other, output always reacts before inverted output. You can see this here. Let's see, it changes. If the memory cell is in its default state, power coming from the inverted output, and receives a pulse on set, the output will start sending power before the inverted output stops sending power. It's kind of hard to see with the counters here, so we're going to quickly just put these straight into the lights. Actually, I don't even know if this will work. The answer is actually no, you cannot see it in that little series. So we're going to show it here, using an AND switch. So when I send this toggle power, you'll notice that all the lights turn off for a second. I'll slow it down as well in the next clip. Just like that. So in effect, that there was the memory cell's switching behavior. When switching from one output to the other, output always reacts before inverted output. And if the memory cell is on its default state, power coming from the inverted output and receives a pulse on set, the output will send power before the inverted output stops sending power pretty much. And then obviously, if a pulse is then applied to reset, the output will stop sending power before the input or the inverted output starts sending power. That's what you noticed in that clip just a second ago. So yeah, you know, that's pretty much how it works, sort of. Now then, let's talk about the toggle bug, which is the ending part of this video. So, the toggle bug. How does the toggle bug work? Well, it works by applying a constant power to toggle, obviously. But it works when something is modified down the line, whether that be modifying the amount of power going to the branch, or if any components are destroyed or modified. So any sort of fluctuation in power, basically, will affect the memory cell. Let's show this here by, obviously, if we do this so you can see the power going through. If we disconnect these power outs, you will notice it toggles. Let's do it again here. It toggles. And as you could see just a second ago, if we plug it back in, like this, power is not going through this second right. It's going to the left. It's not going through the right where our circuit's gone to. But because the right is still connected to the memory cell, even though the right has no power, because something is disconnected, or modified in this case, it changes. Now if we actually disconnect this light, it will go over to the left. See? Here, so it's not just the output, it's both inverted and output. If we modify the electrical branch, so as you can see, it's getting 10 power. Let's set this to 6. It still modifies it. Let's set it to back to 10. It modifies it again. Let's set to 9. It modifies it again. Then obviously disconnecting. Modification. Also, you can disconnect the side outputs as well. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, maybe because obviously we've got the power here going in. Maybe if we do this. Yeah, obviously then no side outputs. If we turn this on, and then I think if we take this out, it might do it. Yeah, there we go. Because with power going into it on the side here, like this, it modifies it. If we so as you can see, clearing the switch actually modifies it. But then if we've got it on set like this and we toggle it on, toggle it off, yeah, it does sort of modify it because the toggle. If we connect this back up. This, and then we do the set. Obviously set, there you go. Weird. Yeah, that's basically the toggle bug in its entirety.